are missing. This the one.
Real.
This the one. Now.
But you told
I'm
me.
not a conspiracy person, but it almost seems strange that we keep crying and crying to have exposure for Black women that get missing, and the one time they do it.
But you said, which is not, which I'm not understanding. There are people who are okay with what she did.
There are people who are bleeding heart people. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They always mask it under being Christian. That Jesus was, has a heart,
It
and
has nothing to do with
they always mask it under Jesus and being compassion and turn the other cheek and all this other stuff. Those are same people that will probably burn a house down when they get mad.
Yes.
Because they hold it all in. And then when it finally hits them, everybody in the world has to deal with their craziness. Because they wanted to be compassionate and a bleeding heart and all of this other stuff. And they never yell and never get anything out.
It affects their family. That's when they get all personal.
Yes. Now, I have no compassion for her. Mm-hmm. The exact time this story was going on, we know somebody who had somebody actually missing. Mm-hmm. And we saw with just that one person the amount of police and effort that it took to get them back.
And this was for real.
And this is real life.
Mm-hmm. The moment you report someone missing, whether it's to police, whether it's to the news, you open the world up to your dilemma. You have the police now who are being paid by our tax people to go now and put your story probably priority.
Yes. So for all you numbskulls, because I've watched so many people's YouTube videos on this, and these are people who you normally would think are intelligent people. I'm starting to think that that's not common
It's
sense.
not common
It's not
anymore.
common. Comparing her to a runaway. When have you ever seen a runaway call the police, say a baby was on the highway, and steal from their job? All this, when do you ever see comparing her to a runaway?
Right. A runaway is trying to run away and not be seen, not be heard. They don't want you to find them. And they probably do it just really quick and not do any other underhanded things. They actually go.
So that's number one. She's not a runaway. Stop comparing her to a runaway. Mm-hmm. Number two, it's not a prank. What do you mean a prank? You know how people prank and it goes too far?
Oh yeah.
It's not a prank. A prank is hi. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Oh, I called. Oh, there's a YouTuber. Oh, this baby on the side of the road. And thousands of police officers show up. Oh, sorry, it's a prank, y'all. I'm sorry. It's a prank. I'm sorry. What I need? I gotta go to jail. I gotta for this. Something. That's a prank. A prankster says it's a prank. Mm-hmm. All right, everybody get off my back. It's a prank. They don't say, give me time, give us, let us figure this out. This is what happened to me. Everybody just relax. I'll come out and say something when it's time. No, that's a Jussie Smollett. Mm-hmm. She's the female Jussie Smollett. But you know what? If I was Jussie Smollett, I'll be upset. She's worse than Jussie Smollett.
How is that?
Jussie Smollett said somebody beat him up. Mm-hmm. Him, me. Yeah. Why? Me. I went into the police office and said, nobody sent thousands of police officers looking for him. Mm-hmm. Nobody sent people search parties, people praying and can't sleep at night, calling a woman who actually lost her child from sex trafficking to help you find yours. Uh-huh.
Did they?
People reliving actually lost people coming there to help you look for your child and making them relive that their child or their daughter or son is gone.
Was there?
It's worse than Jussie Smollett.
Well, I don't know. Both of them are bad.
Worse.
They both are bad equally because he has people involved. Other than that baby that she said,
Yeah.
he had two other guys that he claimed beat him up. So you already
No, they were fake.
the black guys.
No, they came out and said that he paid them. They said it, not Jussie.
No, I'm saying you involved somebody else in your
He
stupid.
didn't. They came out and said he's lying. He didn't involve them. They came out.
He paid them.
But they came out. They didn't have to say anything.
No, but he paid them. The moment moment you pay somebody, whether they come out or not, you involving somebody else in your mess.
Right.
But did she have some mental problems?
Okay, that's the other thing.
Because the family, you would think right away, if the family knows the history of their child.
Stop this with the mental. I'm done. I'm tired.
No, the point I'm making is y'all all know if you got a family member, daughter, son, cousin.
She doesn't. That's why let me tell you why.
Oh, okay.
That's why the family didn't come out and say that.
Oh, okay. So she don't have a mental.
Go with her boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
And she blocked him, okay, on social media. Isn't it funny how the minute she became kidnapped, quote unquote, she unblocked him, called his sister. That was the family member who was called, by the way, her boyfriend's sister, and said, "Oh, I see a baby on the side of the road. Oh my God. Oh." And then she's taken, which makes him be, "Oh my goodness." Now he's giving her attention. You see what I'm saying? Whereas before, I told y'all it was another woman who had came out and said he was with her. She was mad. I'm putting all this together. I'm the police right now. She got mad that he moved on to another woman. That's my thought, allegedly. And wasn't showing her no attention with her bobblehead.
Okay.
So she devised this whole plan. The police said she was looking up stuff on Amber Alert. Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? The movie Taken.
So she plotted this out.
She plotted out, but this is where she went wrong. The plan would have worked if it wasn't for those kids. That's why I always think it was Scooby-Doo. If it wasn't, why would you say a baby? No.
Because people were involved with trying to get that.
Never should have said a baby.
Whose baby? Where's the baby?
Honey child. They don't give two rats about you as a black woman. But they care about a baby.
Where's the
If you said it was on the side of the road, that was dumb. Every white person in Alabama would have been trying to find that puppy.
Where's the puppy?
It was a Labrador. Down the highway. For that Labrador to get hit. They don't give two rats about you. They want to know about that Labrador. That was her first mistake. Her second mistake, why would you leave your wig and your
black
phone?
Leaving her wig.
The phone that you looked up Amber Alerts.
Oh, her past searches.
And past searches. You are a moron.
But that's what I was saying. Even though you don't feel that there's a history of mental, something clicked in her, even with the emotions that she was so stirred up, for her to even plot this out.
Let's go with the mental for all you people that love to say.
A moment at that time, she probably was really in love with the guy. And
let's go. What you say, Mom? Yeah.
Right.
Let's go with the mental.
And we know some people get involved with somebody where it just.
I got it. All right, here we go. Okay, yeah. Let's go with the mental then. Okay. All right. Well, then go ahead and give Kanye West his billions of dollars back because he was having a mental episode when he was talking about Jewish people. Well, go ahead and go ahead. But you're saying people who said she shouldn't go to jail because it's mental. saying
No,
don't punish mental.
said he got backlash for that.
Exactly.
Get backlash for that.
Thank you.
So it should be taken up for her.
Oh, people are saying mental.
And do the turn and do the whole thing with the Christian thing. Pray for her now, but not for,
She can have a wonderful
forgive her.
She
Forgive
can
her.
have a wonderful prison ministry.
Yes.
Wonderful. I support her. It's not that long.
No.
That's the other thing. We're gonna get into more of this, but hold on.
Because she didn't hurt anybody.
If we're gonna go with people who have mental breakdowns shouldn't go to prison, well, let's let everybody out of prison. Because how do you kill somebody, stab them 100 times and don't have mental issues?
Well, we're talking about someone who has taken a life or violated.
No, I'm
She didn't
saying
do that.
there's people in prison who also rob people. What is going on with you?
My skin is.
Oh, there's people in prison who rob people. Let's let them out because they have mental issues. Okay.
No.
Okay, then. So mental has nothing to do with you going to prison.
No, the law has it where however your mental state is, what did you do in that mental state?
Exactly.
If you didn't hurt anybody, you know your sentence is not going to be as long.
I got it. But I'm saying
if you stole
having a mental breakdown does not exclude you from going to jail. That's the point I'm trying to make. Because then everybody in prison will be out. If it's about having a mental breakdown.
I don't think she's going to jail, to be honest.
She should. And then that's the other thing. What, Mom? Yes. My mother getting ready to make my next point. There are people who have mental issues who actually I've seen come on YouTube and these other channels and say, you make us look bad by saying that. Mm-hmm. I have mental breakdowns. I have schizophrenia. Other people who say that I don't. I'm saying that they do. I've never devised a whole plan. It's at that moment. I might have a mental breakdown or schizophrenia or something like, oh, I see a kid walking on the side of the road and I have a mental crack right then. Not stealing from your job and devising a whole plan and going to the hotel and
Get
all this other
if
stuff.
Get her, it definitely would be because she stole something and then she used the police time to look for her.
Yes.
So whatever that sentence is,
yes,
it won't be heavy though, because she didn't hurt anybody. And that's probably why some people are trying to take up for her.
No. Oh, and that was the last one. That was the last one. Black people, please listen and listen up. And I don't know how many times I have to say this. If you keep playing the black card, it's the boy who cried wolf. Mm-hmm. When we really have reasons to say black or this or that, nobody will listen to you because you use it all the time. Stop saying that if she was a white woman, she would not get in trouble. I can name at least 3 white women who are in jail now for doing the same exact thing. One is famous that y'all know, the runaway bride. Remember the runaway bride? If y'all remember that story, that white lady, she ran away and thought everybody thought she was kidnapped. She made it like she was kidnapped.
She in jail now?
She went to jail. So at least give her the same sentence you gave the runaway bride.
Depends on what state she's in.
Oh, she's in Alabama, honey. She better hope they don't throw the book at her.
Yeah. I think for me, though, the sad thing about this whole story, we always hear in the news, Black women they forget about Black women. They don't care about Black women. When Black women are missing, you don't even hear them talk about Black women. There's been women missing for years. This story actually hit the news, and I was sitting there going, ooh, a Black woman.
Well, we got conspiracy.
Gonna get her.
Well, we have conspiracy theories. I told you the first one. We always say, where are we going to be put in the news? And the one time we're national news, she's a moron and a fake. So that's the conspiracy theory. Almost as if somebody set it up to be like, okay, well, we know this. They knew from the beginning it was fake. But let's go ahead and pretend. It's almost like the submarine, that submersion thing. Remember? Let's spend a whole week like the billionaire and the millionaires under the ocean when the Navy knew the thing imploded the day of. But they spent a whole week covering it so that nobody would look at the thousands and thousands of immigrants that have drowned in the ocean. They kept our attention over here so that we wouldn't focus on thousands of immigrants in 3 or 4 different boats 400 in each boat, drowning while we was looking at the submersion
Right.
of a billionaire who the Navy knew imploded hours after it happened.
When I first heard the news about Carlee, I wasn't okay, don't get me wrong. I wasn't happy about that news because that's news you're never happy about. When someone's abducted, if someone's kidnapped, if someone runs away and they're found on the street or whatever, I was more concerned with, oh, finally a Black woman's story. How are the police going to handle it? How are the news people going to handle it?
And they gave it the full force, didn't they? Just to find out it was a fake.
So hurt.
So that's a conspiracy theory on there. Almost as if now y'all gonna shut up about saying we don't cover. Because we covered that one. That's the one conspiracy theory. The second one, which I believe more of, is number one, she was in a Mercedes. So she's not, wouldn't.
That was the car that was running.
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't like she was a poor Black person.
Okay.
So class has a lot to do with it. And say what you want, she was part of the Divine Nine. She was in a sorority that the vice president of the United States is in.
AKA.
As soon as you a Divine Nine person and you put that out, we know that. Everybody in every city that's in the Divine Nine gonna be looking for you. And if the vice president is in your sorority, you don't think she got a phone call and said,
Madam
Vice President, one of your sorority sisters is missing. I don't know if you need to make a phone call to the local Hoover
or even
police department.
family. Some people call the Biden and them and Obama and them in the past have called the families.
Thank
How are you doing? What's going on? How are you
You
feeling?
notice Biden didn't call this family.
No.
See, that's part of that conspiracy. I believe the police knew it was fake from the beginning. But I think they had number one, and I was so stupid, I didn't catch it. I have moron moments too. A baby walking on the highway. How would they know she gonna be the one to pull over?
That's right.
Oh, they got us with the baby. Baby.
Whoever comes by and gets this baby, we're gonna
know that. A bus full of tourists could have pulled over. There's a baby on the side of the highway.
Person would have probably waited to the back and go, "Oh, that's too many people."
Full of gangbangers could have pulled over. Hey man, there's a baby on the side of the highway.
Get the baby, man. We'll find somewhere to take it.
But that a single woman would pull over to get a baby.
Well, that
should have clicked it from there, but we didn't. That was focused on the baby.
That was her story because that gave her reason to pull over and to get abducted. That was her reason. That was her story plan. And it's unfortunate that she had us all believing.
25-year-old nursing student who alleged she was kidnapped in Alabama last week while attempting to help a toddler on the interstate. Mm-hmm. On July 13th, after leaving work, which she stole from, might add, toilet paper, and she one of her Google searches was how to steal money out of a register without anybody knowing.
What was her job?
Does she works as a pharmacist or something? I don't know. Oh. Unless she was going to the store to steal. But those Cheez-Its, the ones that was posted as the kidnapper fed her, she actually bought them at the store.
She bought her own food.
And she knew she was going to be abducted. So if all of us we would get toilet paper just in case we're going to get abducted. And we're going to get Cheez-Its and stuff like that and a robe and stuff because and put $107 in our sock because we assume somebody's going to kidnap us on the way home.
She should have plotted it out. She should have planned it out all the way.
She's a moron.
If I would have planned that story, I would have ruffled myself up.
What to a highway? There's cameras. No, not a highway.
No, off somewhere where you can't see her. And her clothes be ripped off.
Was she ripped? Sorry. When she came back, no, you messed up. When she came back, she wasn't dirty, but she did rip her shirt. Ooh, the police said her shirt was ripped.
Oh, wow. See, she didn't plan. You got to plan it. There's people who even plan they're getting shot. Man, shoot me, do a flesh wound. A
flesh wound.
And it got to look real.
She should watch more than Taken, honestly. Yeah. If you're going to do this, do it.
Yeah, poor thing. But distraught because of her boyfriend.
And she didn't. That's what she messed up. The baby messed her up. That made her go national. Also, what messed her up um, was the boyfriend blocking him and then unblocking him and calling his sister. Police would have picked that up right away. She thought that nobody was going to care because she's a black woman, and she's absolutely correct.
Oh,
You
that's what she
big
was
dummy.
thinking.
You should have just been walking to the park like every other black woman that gets abducted. And then somehow, some way, you get snatched, and we don't see you
So
no
she
more.
was wanting to get abducted to get her boyfriend's attention.
She wanted to get her boyfriend's
Not
attention.
so much the world attention.
She didn't know. She thought it. She said it went way wild.
She was like, "Oh, this went too far."
She didn't think. She thought she was gonna be like the thousands of other black women who nobody cares about and nobody reports. And she messed up. She missed the mark.
Yeah.
The baby. Don't include a baby in a kidnapping because people care about the baby more than they care about you. You big dummy.
Yeah. And they looked like you said they saw past researches on her computer about being abducted and all that, right?
The police said when she was following the baby on the phone, she followed the baby 600 yards, which is the 6 football fields. Now this magic baby, he's able to walk.
Distance.
Not only is this baby,
Them little legs.
this baby is the next Russell Wilson. He can walk.
Oh, that's what they say from Jamaica.
Brady.
Oh,
If walk 6 football fields. Straight.
Y'all know a little baby don't walk that long. They little legs be trying to keep up.
No, this magic Tom Brady baby walked 6
Tom Brady baby.
walked 6 football fields.
Yeah.
Didn't care left to right. Straight on. He didn't walk in the traffic. He didn't walk in the bushes. He didn't stop to pull his diaper up. He didn't blow his nose. He didn't do anything. He walked straight for 6 football fields. And she followed him with his white shirt on and his diapers.
Y'all know, right?
This magic Tom Brady baby. Then also, apparently, a white guy with red hair, thumbs up, came out of the woods and grabbed her.
She said he had red hair.
She had red hair. Now, that is the only good thing about her. She didn't say it was a black person and a Hispanic. That if somebody grabs somebody or kills somebody, they always a black man.
I know. Gosh.
At least she stayed true to us then.
Red hair.
I'm not going to put this on anybody black. It was a white man who came out the bushes and grabbed her.
While she was following the baby.
While she was following that Tom Brady baby. Not just any baby.
Feels limp.
Now, I think she got that from Dave Chappelle.
You think?
Dave Chappelle did a stand-up. Somebody showed this.
Oh, no.
Remember, Dave Chappelle did a stand-up and he talked about the baby outside in the middle of the hood and nobody said anything. So I was in the hood and I looked over and there was, well, you know how he talk. I looked over and there was a baby standing on the corner just looking at me. Looked around, he said, don't nobody see that baby. And he said the baby was just standing there. Remember that? You don't remember that?
No, I don't.
She got that from Dave Chappelle.
And what happened with that story? Did he just hit that joke?
That was a cool baby. That's what I'm saying. Her baby was that baby. That was Dave Chappelle's thing.
Cool baby walking six football fields length. That baby wasn't tired.
And also, so the man pulled you out the woods, picked up the baby. He's able to hold the baby and you and go over a fence. Well, hold on, the lady didn't come in yet. She didn't meet the lady until she went to an 18-wheeler. That's the other thing that's good about what she did. The stuff she did with the white people. She didn't blame us. What you think gonna be in an 18-wheeler? On the road again? She did the most countryest thing you could. A red-haired white man and a white woman in an 18-wheeler.
But that baby walking them 6 fields, those football field length. She messed up with the baby.
And the baby was never crying. This is a good baby. This baby was a Tom Brady baby. He didn't even cry.
Oh. Oh well.
The 911 didn't hear the baby. Her friend, her brother's sister didn't hear the baby. This is a well-mannered baby.
I think if she would have did something else to get abducted, like maybe at a gas station,
Something.
but then the cameras would have shown it.
She didn't know that there was cameras on the
Yeah.
on the interstate. Oh yeah, that's right. My mom said to watch this story. She got to lose twice. They didn't bound her because she said they didn't want to leave any marks on her.
Mhm.
These is a very
It was
affectionate,
very nice.
very nice kidnappers.
And people
And they took pictures of her, but they didn't sexually assault her.
maybe like those people who are taken up for her saying they were forgiving and Christians. It probably was a
Oh,
Christian
maybe it was a
couple.
Christian couple.
They just wanted to talk with her and praise God about, make sure she's safe.
Well, she never saw the woman because I guess she had a blindfold on. But she heard her.
Going back to what you said, who is defending her?
Morons.
Y'all all listening to us. Are any of y'all defending her? Would y'all go, oh, leave her alone?
And then they said these are the ones that defend her.
I don't know no better.
Okay, yeah, so what? It happened. She shouldn't do any jail time for that. That's the other argument.
The only jail time I think the jail time that she definitely would do is when she stole the money.
She not only stole the money, but she stole stuff from her job.
Yeah, the stealing, anything that she actually stole, she definitely has to do jail time for that.
And you stole hours.
But what is the
from the police department?
What is the law? Now remember the police, Chicago police. He didn't do any time.
Right.
But the police sued him.
Right. What they gonna sue her?
They're gonna
sue her.
Jussie Smollett.
Yeah.
Chicago police. They said you wasted.
And guess what?
Bro,
you're not gonna be driving in your red Mercedes. You need to catch the bus for a little while.
Mm-hmm. So they'll probably do the same thing that the Jussie Smollett story did.
And then the other argument was, what was it? It was that she shouldn't do any jail time. What was the other thing that people said that irritated me? I'll remember later. But
about the relationship with her boyfriend or
no, just the whole story with her. She didn't hurt anybody.
She's hurt. I told you she didn't hurt anybody. That's probably what people are looking at. She didn't hurt anybody. She didn't even the made up story. She still didn't hurt anybody. She was alone in her story. You know, she made up somebody picking her up and abusing her or whatever, violating her. She actually didn't physically hurt anyone.
The only positive thing that has come out about this story is that some people are actually posting missing people and tagging her name, Carlee Russell.
What do you mean?
Missing Black women. It's bringing exposure to the fact that there are a lot of missing Black women out there that nobody's talking about.
Why would they put her name though?
Because that's what people are looking up. She's viral. So as you go to look up her, you see an actual really missing Black woman.
To really put the story off.
Oh, she's in good condition.
But you're saying because this is such a big story, they include her hashtag her name too?
Yeah, you tying it to her.
Wow.
The other thing that
but that just made people remember that are we gonna be really serious about your story? Because you putting hers now.
The other thing that people have to understand is that there are thousands and thousands of African American women, minority people, period. It's almost starting to get to where it's classism too, that nobody talks about because they don't fit the bill.
Right. And that's the same for Black men who are gunned down in the urban areas and cities. A lot of them feel like their lives are not important. So they're going to investigate who did the shooting for them.
And there's texts and stuff in the computer. Police said they're not sharing right now out of respect for her. What could it be possibly? They're gonna have to share it sooner or later, especially if there's a file, if they open a file up against her. Somebody's gonna get out. I bet you it's about her boyfriend and about her saying, I'm gonna do something, or I need to do something to get him back or something. Or nudes. Maybe she sent him some nudes or something. I don't know. But they just said it's some stuff that they not even sharing now because they don't want to out of respect for her family. It seemed like the police, the main guy, the police officer, it seemed like they like her family. And they feel like her family believed her. Which you would.
The mom.
You would believe her. But after a while, you gotta, even as a mother, say,
because
I mean, come on now.
think about it. If our mom was told that,
Ma, you wouldn't believe that, would you?
yeah, she'd be nervous.
She said she'd be
She'd be
wondering.
wondering.
You would say publicly that you believe me, but privately you would say, I wonder if Kim is something going on with Kim.
Right.
She said she wouldn't say it publicly. I think that's what her mom.
Right.
She's not gonna say it publicly.
But the boy.
But she believes like all the rest of us. What did he say?
You said he
No,
said,
he hasn't said anything since this whole thing came out about her lying and stuff.
no, but he said something earlier.
Thought he believed that she was kidnapped. He said she fought for her life for 48 hours. She got his attention, which is what her original thing was. Let's see what all y'all saying. Emerald says, hey ladies. Did I do this?
No. It's been on us.
Oh man. All right. All right. What was I going to say? Let's see if that shows. We still trying to get a new computer, y'all. Emerald says you probably should have said something. I would have flipped it over.
I didn't even think about it.
Emerald says, hey ladies. Wendy says, howdy y'all. Hey y'all. Denisha says, I am so pissed at her. These dang young people do this mess for attention. I knew it was a lie when they said a child. Emerald says, see, you can't hardly see us, but look,
Oh, okay.
but that's fine. We still trying to work this out. See how we supposed to be in there? That's fine.
Oh.
Denisha says, I knew it was a lie when they said a child. Emerald says, I feel Jesse's situation is way worse. He is older and well known.
Right.
Okay, because he's a celebrity.
Right.
Denisha's laughing. SK Admirer said, especially a Caucasian baby. Oh, yeah. She said it was a white baby. Mm-hmm. If she should have said a black baby, she would at least alienated a couple of people. She said a white baby. And she don't think all Alabama gonna be looking for this baby.
She probably didn't think the story was gonna get as big as it did.
By saying a white baby walking on the side. The next Tom Brady is walking on the side of the highway.
I think she wanted it just for her.
She did
a private, not as viral as it went.
She needs some repercussions. Emerald says for the wasted time, resources, and tax dollars. I agree. Denisha says she did hurt people. She hurt the people who helped her and had to be the live trauma relive the live trauma from the person that they have lost. Triggering to a person that has PTSD. That's what I said. She brought back a lot of people. Oh, that was my last point. For people who say, hey, I just had it. That's how you know you get old.
What, PSD?
No.
Some issue?
I'll keep
mental
going.
issue?
No, I'll keep going. Denisha says yes. Wendy says, I remember the runaway bride. That woman is guilty. And she also went to jail for that, Wendy. Everybody saying hi to each other. Denisha says, so why is she stealing money from the job? Denisha laughing. I said, a car full of gangbangers. Yeah, they don't know who could have pulled over. Anybody could have pulled over.
Right.
True says she worked at a spa. Hey, True.
Oh,
she says she worked at a spa.
Okay.
Denisha says she works at a spa. Okay. True says she stole a roll and toilet paper from the spa. Then got Greek food for dinner, then went to Target for her snacks. Just dumb. And none of the snacks was found in the car. Greek food, did she have a year old perhaps?
You know what?
I'm going to get kidnapped for a couple of days. I need something
that's going to sustain me.
Colleen says, hello everyone. Hey, Colleen. Emerald says, what college is she attending? I want to make sure my sons don't go there. Ooh. Wendy says she was looking up on her computer. Yeah. On her phone too. Emerald says, obviously they are teaching the students well. Wendy says, I remember the Chappelle with the baby standing outside.
I don't think she's gonna be going to.
Oh, Wendy M says, I remember that. Hey, baby.
She's not gonna be going to school no time soon. She may have to drop out.
True says, then she said something about they painted her nails. Yeah. The kidnapper.
Well, she spa is in her head. Spa treatment, spa, feeling, spa relaxation, she it's in her head.
Wendy says, I'm dying to talk Jussie Smollett story. Emerald says, hey, hell no. Wendy M says, I didn't believe her from day one. Yeah, that's why we put up that video y'all see in the past that says something is fishy. Other Wendy says you should be putting a mental, she should be put in a mental institution, wasted the police resources. She indirectly hurt every Black woman who has been kidnapped, Wendy M said. And the other Wendy says some Alfred Hitchcock story.
I don't think, here's my thing on that. And then people would have to probably test her to see. I don't think she's at the mental state of a mental institution. I think she had a
Oh, I
mental,
think Speak Christ is asking, are you okay?
I'm hot and my cold's coming out.
Okay.
I think she had a mental breakdown and she definitely needs counseling. So I've met people who are in mental institutions and need to go to them. My mom worked with one lady, she was schizo. That is crazy. She dated a gentleman at the job and she was stalking him. That's crazy behavior ongoing, but she definitely needs to sit down and talk to somebody, some counseling. And because if she don't have any history until this guy that she's dating, then that's something that you think, oh wow, she was really in love with this guy. I really needed his attention. So other than that, I don't think she needs to go to a mental institution.
All right.
Yeah,
I
and
think she
don't
needs to go
even
to
waste
jail.
don't even waste the spot there. There's a lot of people need to be in there.
Well, my thing is she needs to be locked up,
Yeah.
and I'm done with her.
We'll see though what charges they'll bring against her. We know from stealing. She definitely for theft. But anything else, it would have to be a Jussie Smollett thing where the cops come at her. All this man time, these man hours that we put in to look for you.
If I could think of my last point, but I can't think
What was
of
it
it.
about?
I can't. It's
Was it
it's
about her
it's
mental
another point
state?
that everybody keeps saying.
About her?
Yeah, about taking off for her.
Like she is it something to do with the boyfriend or
No, I can't remember it. I hate when I can't remember something.
oh, but it's another reason why people take up for her?
It's another reason why people take up for her.
Hmm.
Let's see on
Well,
Facebook.
she didn't hurt nobody. I thought we said that.
Monan RN says, I'm mad as heck at her. Why did she have $107 in her sock? Thank you. And so the kidnapper sent her home with money. Not only did they not tie her up, but these grateful kidnappers let her go home with money.
Yeah. There was some good Christian kid.
Well, the thing they got a Tom Brady baby. So they know they're gonna make money in the future.
This baby who walked that length of time, that length, little leg babies, they'll sit down and cry before they walk a whole football. Come on now. He'll be crying, he'll just sit and maybe lay down. Come on, girl. We all believe that. So
That's hilarious.
okay. All right.
All right. I can't think of what my
You got
what my thing is, but
well, your